Hi, so in this second step lesson, we're going to talk about common types of bullying. So the lesson is in Schoology, and you should open it with Kami, and your worksheet looks like this. At the top, there's some vocabulary words of things that will come up in the lesson. We have the same parts that we have in all of our lessons, which is the warm-up, we have the activity, and then we have a wrap-up. So you should have your worksheet open while you're watching this video, and you can pause the video as you are filling out your answers. All right, so common types of bullying. In this lesson, we'll learn how to identify different types of in-person bullying. Even though we are not in person at school right now, we will be back at school one day, and we do need to be aware of these types of bullying. So the next screen, it says during this unit, we're going to follow our class norms. We're going to respect the privacy of others. Don't share people's stories or names. If you need help or want to talk, you can contact a school counselor or another adult you trust, including me or any of your teachers. Now, our norms are guidelines for how we are expected to behave in this setting during advisory. So we show respect for others. We use I statements instead of you. I think, or I feel, or I believe. Instead of you are wrong, it's, well, I disagree because I think. We're going to be kind. We're going to give everyone a chance to speak and share that wants to share. We're going to disagree respectfully. We do not have to agree about everything, but we're going to be respectful when we disagree. We can say things like, I disagree with you because. And don't interrupt, which is kind of hard on Zoom, but we're going to try our best not to interrupt each other. All right, so we're going to start with the warm-up. What's happening in this picture, and would you consider this bullying? So this shows up on your worksheet. You're going to answer that question. What's happening? What do you see? And would you consider this bullying, and why? Go ahead and pause the video, fill out your answer, and then come back. Okay, great. The next step, what is bullying? It says bullying is an intentional, physical, verbal, or social aggression. Intentional means it's on purpose. Physical means it's your body. Verbal means it's something you say. And social means it's relationships. So again, I'm going to read that. Bullying is intentional, on purpose, physical, verbal, or social aggression. Aggression means like anger. It's often repeated over time, and it occurs when there's a real or perceived power imbalance, meaning it has to happen more than once, and it happens when somebody has power over someone else. So, 3 types of bullying. Do you recognize these common types of bullying? Click the white dots to find out more. In this picture, we see a boy shoving another boy into a locker pretty hard, right? It says slam. There's some lines here. What type of bullying is this? It's physical bullying, hurting someone's body or possessions. That means their items that they own, their books, their cell phone, their clothes. Next picture, there's a group of 4 people sitting at a table eating lunch. There's a girl walking by, and this girl at the table is saying, "What dorky boots?" So she's making fun of the girl's clothes. That's verbal bullying, saying or writing mean things about someone. In the bottom picture, it's similar to this one. There's 4 people sitting around a table. They look like maybe they're playing a game. There's a girl walking by. She can clearly hear this person because she's turned back. And this girl saying, that's why she's not in our group anymore. And this is relational bullying or social bullying, hurting someone's reputation or relationships, such as by excluding them. Now, we had a discussion yesterday in class that these two seem pretty similar. They're both saying mean things, but this one in particular is saying, you're not in our group, you can't be here with us. Which type of bullying? This does occur on your worksheet, and it looks like this. So there's behavior, and then you have to select, is it physical, verbal, or relational? Or you can click more than one. So we have acting like someone isn't there or ignoring them a lot. Go over to your worksheet, give all of these a try, and then come back and see if your answers were correct. Go ahead and pause the video and go give it a shot. So here were the guesses that the kids came up with in class. I'm going to check them, and those are correct. It's relational, relational, physical, physical, and verbal. Class discussion. Which type of bullying do you think is most difficult to recognize and why? So the kids went into breakout rooms and they talked about which one's the most difficult. Is it relational? Is it social? Or is it physical? And they came up with that physical is actually the easiest to see. And the other two, there was a good discussion on it's more difficult to hear or recognize verbal bullying and social bullying or relational bullying. That question does appear on your worksheet. Please make sure that you tell me which type of bullying you think is most difficult to recognize and why. Now for the wrap up. Do you think bullying is a serious problem in our school community? Why or why not? If you need to, you can go ahead and think about your school last year since we are not in person and you may not be experiencing the situation that you experienced in previous years. That also occurs on your worksheet as the wrap up. Then when you're done, go ahead and click Turn In. And that is the lesson for common types of bullying.